we need to do a wear test. I love how it looks though, you guys. I have to be honest. I love how everything looks. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be fun because I have several new products from brands that I feel like aren't really talked about too much, and I really wanted to sit down and put these products to the test to see if we can find any gems from these indie brands or new brands that I am going to be talking about. So we've got some stuff from Rowan Beauty, which is Nikki DeRose's new makeup line. We have some new products from Smith & Colt. I've actually tried some products from Smith & Colt forever ago, but recently they did like a rebranding and they brought in some new products, including a foundation that I am so excited about. I will tell you guys about that in a minute. This brand isn't necessarily new, but maybe you haven't heard about it. Alomar Cosmetics recently launched a blush palette, actually 3 different blush palettes and some lip glosses, which I'm super excited about. And then another brand that I'm going to be trying new products from is Nabla. I have actually talked about Nabla. It's not a new brand, but maybe you haven't heard about it. It's an Italian company and they make some of my favorite products. I just feel like I don't talk about it as frequently, and they recently launched some new complexion products, so I'm also going to be using those. I bought some really cool like glitter eyeshadows, and I don't know if I want to use this cool jade color or I bought a gold one as well. Oh, the jade is just so cool, but I don't know if that's going to be overkill with my sweater today. So let's start off with the eyes. I've already done my brows and I used the Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit. I love this. I recently heard that they came out with new shades, which I'm really excited about, and I kind of want to try some of the new shades, but I use the shade 4, which works really well for me. All right, let's start off with concealer. Nabla actually has already launched this concealer several months ago, but they did recently add 3 new shades, and this one was one of the new shades, and I feel like this is what was missing in the collection for me. I had to mix a couple of their previous shades to make it work. This is a new shade called Light Ivory, and I really wanted to try this out today to see if it works better with my skin tone, and I really feel like it will. So I'm just gonna add a little bit to the eyelid, and then I am going to just buff this out with my Morphe M173 brush. So after I've blended that out, I'm just gonna go ahead and press the concealer onto the eyelid with my sponge, and then I'm just going to set the eyelid with a little bit of powder. I'm gonna be using the Too Faced, where's the lid? The Too Faced Peach Perfect Matte Setting Powder, and I'm just gonna lightly dust this over top of that concealer so that it's nice and prepped for eyeshadow. Since we're gonna be trying out some new Alomar products, I thought I would bring out the 2 eyeshadow palettes that had already launched. I've used this in a tutorial, I think once before, but it's been a while since I've used it, so I thought this would be a good video to kind of pull out these eyeshadow palettes again. I'm gonna go into the Volume 1 palette and pick up this shade right here called Cocoa Taxi, and I'm just gonna start to brush this across the entire crease and then a little bit above once I have a little less product on the brush. And I'm really going in lightly with this just to create more of a wash of color versus a super harsh line. We'll do the same thing on this eye. In that same palette, I'm gonna dip into this shade right here called Cafecito, and I'm just gonna use this to deepen up the outer portion of the eyelid, and then I'm also gonna bring it up into the crease a little bit. I haven't decided whether I'm gonna use the gold or the teal glitter, but either way, I know it's gonna make a little bit more of a smoky eye, so I want to prep the lid with something a little bit deeper. Okay, I feel like I just have to use the teal. I know that's gonna be kind of like a little much with this sweater, but I don't care. We're just gonna go with it. So this is the Smith & Colt Glitter Baby Metallic Shift Eyeshadow. I first saw these on Instagram, and then I saw Melissa Alatorre use one of the blue shades. It's not this one, but she used a blue shade in a tutorial. I went on their website and I saw a promo video using the gold, which is what really sold me. But then I saw this color, this jade color, and I just knew I had to try it. So we're gonna give this a whirl. Here's what it looks like up close. There's larger particles of glitter in this, and then here is the applicator. I have no idea how this is gonna go. All right, let's just start by applying it to the lid. Oh, that is so pretty already. I'm kind of stopping at the crease. And all of these eyeshadows have a black base to it. You're actually meant to just kind of apply it to the lids directly if you want to. And then you can buff it out with a brush, and it's supposed to create like a smoky, glittery eye. I'm using it a little bit differently today than what it suggests, but you'll notice that it's a little bit dark, and that's because of the black base in the product. So I'm kind of dragging it out toward the end and trying to just feather it out into that brown. I'm gonna add something deeper later. I'm gonna see what happens if I press on the eyeshadow with my finger. It's picking up a lot of the glitter, so. You know what? It's kind of reminding me of those Wet n Wild shadows in the way that they're applying, because once it starts to get tacky again, I don't know if you could see that, but it picked up the product on my finger, and then as it started to dry down, the glitter seems to be sticking back onto the eyelid. Kind of unique, just like those Wet n Wild shadows. I'm gonna take a buffing brush and see if I can kind of smooth out the edge of this. It's probably too late now to smooth out the edge. So I'm just gonna try to smooth out the edge using this Guantanamera shade right here. It's like a maroon, and I think that'll be really pretty right on top of that edge. I'm just gonna try to buff that out. All right, we're gonna dip into this shade right here called Celia, and I'm just gonna layer this on top of the cream shadow. I know that it kind of defeats the purpose. I might add a little bit more of that glitter on top, but I'm just not really liking how difficult it was to blend those edges, so I'm just trying to make it look decent by just applying this shade on top, and I'm hoping that it will allow the crease to be blended a little bit better. Well, what I do know is this blue shade is absolutely stunning. That is so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna try, we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna take a little bit of that Smith & Colt eyeshadow, and I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna kind of mix it around till I get a little bit on my finger, and I'm gonna try to just apply it on top. I know I'm kind of going all over the place, but just bear with me. I just want to figure out if this is a better way to wear those shadows, like more as a topper, which seems to be working. I'm focusing this kind of on the outer edge of the eye just because of that black base. I kind of want to keep it on the edge to keep that dimension and a little bit of a gradient. Okay, for me, that worked better than applying the shadow directly onto the eyelid. I feel like that helped control it a little more. It looks really, really nice. Obviously this edge needs a little bit of help. So I'm gonna go into the Volume 2 palette, and I'm gonna take this shade right here called Damas, and it's a really pretty like dark purple. I just think that this will be nice on this outer corner here, just to kind of help those colors seamlessly blend together. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take that and press it on the outer corner and then lightly blend it into that teal shade. Even though we got a little setback in the beginning, this is becoming a really fun look. I'm excited. I'm looking at this shade right here and I really wanna put it on my face. So this is called Azúcar, and it's like the most beautiful dusty blue color. And I want this in the inner corner of the eye. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that. Guys, I didn't even wet the brush. It recommends that you do wet the brush, but like on its own, it is so beautiful. I'm really happy that I am using these palettes again. I'm going back into that teal shade called Celia, and I'm just layering that right on top of the edge just to make sure that it's nice and blended. Well, this is a very fun look. Matches my sweater. I look crazy with the sweater, but that's okay. We are going to layer on a product from Rowan Beauty. I'm gonna wipe the glitter off my hand first. But this is one of my favorite makeup artists, Nikki DeRose. It's her brand. And she came out with eyeshadows first. And then she also sent me a brush. So thank you, Nikki, for sending all these products. I seriously was so thrilled. I couldn't wait to try out the larger palette. This is the 52 Degrees palette. It looks like this. It's so beautiful. It's a very unique kind of cream formula. And it's cool tones, which I don't normally dip into, but I thought this was really pretty. It's a very unique formula, and I will definitely have to use it in another tutorial so I can show you guys, you know, how I use it once I get a little more familiar with the formula. And then she also sent over this. This is the Disco Eye Universal eyeshadow, and it looks like this. It's like sparkly and amazing. And so this is the one that I wanted to use in this tutorial just to see how it works on its own over top of eyeshadows like this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take my finger and dip it into this pan. You guys know how I am with my glitters every day. Like, I love a good glittery eye. I'm just gonna go ahead and press this onto the lid, starting on the inner portion, and I'm just gonna continue to layer that up, kind of getting it onto the center of the eyelid as well, and then it will meet up with that Smith & Colt glitter. Look how pretty that is. I'm not sure if you can see the individual flecks on camera, but something I really like about this topper is it's so universal, first of all. Like, you can use it on all sorts of colors, which is a kind of product that I tend to use a lot. But also, the flakes of glitter are so abstract. Like they're different shapes, if that makes sense, which I think is really cool. It's not just perfect little dots of glitter. There's some pieces that are slightly chunkier and then some that are more fine. And I just feel like that adds such a pretty dimension to any look. It's so glittery. I am loving this. All right, so that is that. I don't know if you can see like the individual flecks of glitter, but I'm so excited about that product. All right, we're gonna go ahead and clean up the fallout. There was quite a bit. Half of it was probably my fault since we were going all over the place with this makeup look. But I'm just gonna take a wipe and then I'm gonna use my finger to kind of clean up the edge of the shadow. Somehow I got glitter on my lips. Not sure how. Let's move on to Complexion. I normally don't do this, but I'm really curious to see how the Milk Makeup Primer works with this foundation. So I'm gonna do one half with the Milk Makeup Primer and the other half with just moisturizer. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of this Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream on my skin since we just wiped my whole face with that wipe. Oh, this smells so good. If you didn't catch my latest monthly favorites video, I put this moisturizer in there because it's just incredible. It is so good. All right, let's try the Milk Makeup Primer on the right side of my face. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and I'm going to go ahead and apply it to just this half. I've already been using this product quite a bit and I've been really liking it. So I like to wait a minute for that to kind of set. And then we're gonna go into the Smith & Colt Veiled Threat Weightless Micro Blurring Foundation. I haven't seen any YouTuber talk about this yet. It is brand new from Smith & Colt. I got mine in the shade 150 Warm. The shade range is insane on this. There's so many shades. Anyways, I was on Ulta and I stumbled across this foundation and I looked at the reviews. There were only a few reviews, but every single one was like, this is my new holy grail. I'm so excited about this foundation. It's amazing. And I was like, say no more. And I added it to the cart. So I really want to see if this is as amazing as those few reviews said. So I just pumped out one pump on the back of my hand. And I always start out with a brush. I'm going to warm it up. It's very moussey. It's a really nice kind of lightweight texture. We'll start off with this half of the face with the primer. And I'm just going to put a little bit on. I did end up picking up a more warmer toned foundation shade than what I normally go for. I actually ordered a completely different shade before, which had a neutral undertone, which I normally use. And it came and it was so light. So I just went ahead and like picked up the warmer undertone because I just felt like the shade overall would be a better match for me. All right, we are buffing over the right half of the face with my brush. It is blending out really nicely. So far, I'd say it has like a medium coverage. All right, now I am just going to press that in with my sponge. Okay, so here is just half of the face. I love the finish. It's very skin-like. Definitely looks so beautiful once you press it in with the sponge. So that's definitely what I would recommend doing. I'm just gonna go ahead and do one more pump. So one pump went on half of my face to get the coverage that I personally like. So let's go ahead and see how it looks over just the moisturizer. It has a slight scent to it. And I'm just gonna do the same thing and press it out with this sponge. Okay, wow. I really like the finish of it. I like the coverage that it gives. It feels really lightweight on the skin. Oh, weightless micro blurring foundation. I think that it really does feel super lightweight. Even though I applied quite a bit, it doesn't feel like I went overboard. So that's the foundation. Let's go ahead and conceal the under eye area. I'm gonna go back into the Nabla close-up concealer and I'm just gonna apply a few dots underneath the eyes right here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and buff that out underneath the eyes using my brush first. And I'm trying to avoid directly underneath the eye since there is a little bit of blue fallout. I don't want to drag that down into the concealer. And now I'm just going to take my sponge and press that in. Again, being kind of careful not to press over any eyeshadow. I'm also going to use that concealer down the center of the face and a little bit around the nose here. And it is a little bit light, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put some along the jawline to cover up any extra blemishes. That's a cute look for me. Love it. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this all out with my sponge. I've tried this concealer before, but it's been a while since I've used it, and I truly don't remember loving it as much as I am right now. It looks really nice on the skin. Plus, I think this shade works really well for me. I'm gonna take that buffing brush to just kind of buff out that concealer in between the brows. Makes it a little easier for me. And then I'm gonna go back in and press it in to the skin. All right, we are going to set the face. I'm just gonna use that same Too Faced powder, and I'm gonna make sure that there's no creases underneath the eyes before I go in and press the powder on top. And I'm just taking that same powder to set around the mouth and in the center of the forehead. And then I'm going to take a larger powder brush and I'm just going to go ahead and press the powder over the rest of the foundation to lock that in. All right, so let's go ahead and quickly finish up the eyes. I'm going to use the exact same colors that I used on the top lid in basically the same order. So I'm going to start with Cocoa Taxi first, and I'm just going to run this across the lower lash line to kind of create that transition underneath the eye as well. And I'm kind of connecting it to the existing shadows out here so that it makes a really nice kind of angled shape when you see your eyes from the side. All right, next I'm gonna go into that beautiful teal shade called Celia. Celia? I don't remember the correct way to pronounce that, but it's one of those. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that to the center of the eye, right up next to the lash line. And then I'm gonna dip into the Volume 2 palette and go into Azucar right here. And this is so pretty. I'm obsessed with this shade. Oh my goodness. Like this shade by itself all over the lid would be so beautiful, even for spring, especially for spring and summer, you know? But I'm just gonna go ahead and layer that over top, kind of more towards the inner corner. We're just trying to copy what's going on the top lid, so that is why I'm doing that. I'm gonna take the shade Guantanamera on a flatter brush, and I'm gonna start to buff this on the outer third of the lower lash line, and I'm gonna try to connect it to the existing shadows as well, just to help everything look really cohesive. I think this looks really fun. I'm gonna go ahead and apply mascara. Let's use this Covergirl Exhibitionist mascara. I've been loving this, and it's great for just super bold looks. This look needs tons of mascara, so I'm gonna be here for a few minutes just really applying this, like 2 to 3 coats probably to the top and bottom lashes. Working in light layers though, so in between coats I wait about 10 seconds before going in and applying the next coat, and that just helps everything build on itself really nicely. So I go back and forth between both eyes, and I just continue to alternate and layer the mascara until it is as voluminous as I want it. All right, so that was about 3 coats on the top, 2 coats on the bottom, and I really like how the eye look is looking. I want to take La Costa right here, which is like a really pretty champagne shade, and I want to just go ahead and add this to the inner corner of the eye right now. Oh my goodness. These formulas are so pretty. They're just like buttery and bold and amazing. I'm having so much fun using these colors. I'm just gonna take that same shade and apply it right under the brow bone to highlight that. I'm just gonna blend it a little bit with my finger. Okay, we need to add some warmth to the skin because this is where things look a little bit off. As far as the makeup goes, I just feel like this is the part where it's like, okay, something needs to happen. We are gonna go into the Flower Beauty Heatwave bronzers. These are new, but I did just use them in a recent video and I have not been able to stop using them. I'm gonna go ahead and layer the 2 because I did that in the video where I tried these out and I have loved it. So I'm gonna take this shade Sunrise L1 and I'm just gonna start to buff that all over the skin just with a big fluffy brush. There we go. Already that like makes everything better. I'm gonna make sure to blend some bronzer down the neck as well to bring back that dimension. A little bit under the lip, tiny bit down the sides of the nose and underneath. And then I also really like to take the warmer shade called Sunswept, and I'm just gonna add that kind of into the forehead a little bit. This one is more of a true golden bronze, which I really like. The other one is a little bit more cool toned, which is why I like to use mostly that shade for my skin tone, but I do like to add some golden bronze as well to certain parts of my face. So after I have it all on the face, I like to take the brush that we used for powder and just buff that into the skin. This always helps to kind of tone things down and just blend it into the skin so nicely. I feel like it's summertime with this bronzer, even though it's still freezing where I live. I am loving this. Okay. Ooh, this is the part that I have been waiting for. I'm so excited. We're gonna go into the new Alomar Cosmetics Blush Trios. Now this is in the shade Fair to Light. She came out with 3 different blush trios. If you guys don't know, I love blush, and I don't know why I only picked up one of the palettes. I feel like I would get use out of the medium one as well after seeing it like on the website after I placed this order. But anyway, it's kind of cool because the blush trios are really catered for your skin tone. So they have a fair light, a medium, a a light to medium, and then medium deep. I think that's what they're called. Look how pretty these shades are. There's a really nice mirror in here, and I'm just so excited to put these on my cheeks. Like, I love blush so much. So I'm gonna layer a couple of them. I already knew I was gonna do that. I'm gonna take this center shade called Paraíso. I hope I'm saying that right, guys. My Spanish like word pronunciation is not the best. I took French in school, so I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this first onto the cheeks. Oh my gosh, already loving. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Of course, I want to use another one, so I'm trying not to layer it up too much, but I'm loving this color so much, I'm kind of layering it up quite a bit. We should use all three, right? Why not? I'm gonna take a tiny bit of Scorcher and I'm gonna add this kind of towards the back of the cheeks because it's a little bit more of a coral and I want that other third shade kind of towards the front. So I'm just gonna go ahead and layer that one right over top. Okay, and now let's go into Castaway. I'm just taking the same brush. And with Castaway, I really just want to focus that on like the apples of the cheeks to really warm it up and add that golden peach glow. Oh, that is pretty. I'm gonna take a little bit across the nose as well. Just whatever's left on the brush. I didn't dip back into the pan. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna go ahead and take my powder brush and buff over everything. I know we layered quite a few blushes, so in order to just kind of blend everything, I'm going to buff over that with the powder brush. Okay, I'm taking a little bit more of Paraíso and I'm adding that more toward like the back of the cheeks, I guess. Oh, these are beautiful. These are so pretty. I really want to pick up the medium. Even though these colors are so pigmented and they really do show up on my skin tone, I think they're perfect for my skin tone. Like I said before, I'm a blush freak. I love blush so much. And so after putting these on, I really do think I'm gonna pick up the other palette. I wanted to use a couple of the new Nabla Cosmetics Close-Up Smoothing Pressed Powders. They came out with 3 shades. I'm gonna be using both light and medium today. And they also came out with some new brushes. So I'm gonna take the Nabla Precision Powder Brush and I'm gonna take the light shade, just tap off the extra, and I really want to just use this to kind of brighten up the under eye area. I'm just going to use it kind of how I use my Charlotte Tilbury powder. I forget what that's called, but it's a pressed powder from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm sure you've heard of it. It is so good. I'm just going to go ahead and press that underneath the eyes, and let's also put it kind of in the center of the face, so on the chin and also right here, just to kind of lock everything in. I'm feathering it kind of over the blush just to blend it really lightly. Then let's go in with the medium shade, which is not that deep of a medium shade, which is why I'm gonna actually use it. And I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna use this to just kind of chisel out the cheeks a little bit. I don't necessarily want it to be too light there, but I did want to add a little bit of something just along the jawline. I feel like those are really pretty. They're really finely milled, and it just kind of made my whole face look airbrushed, which I love. Let us wipe off the lips. Oh wait, I need to apply some highlighter. I'm just gonna use this Natasha Nonna Super Glow highlighter. This is in the shade Light Medium and it is amazing. I just feel like with this bold look, we need a bold highlight. So I'm just gonna start to layer this super lightly onto the cheeks and around the brow, kind of in a C shape right here. And I always like to apply a little bit to the center of the cheeks. And then we're gonna apply the same highlight just down the center of the nose a little bit and on the Cupid's bow as well. I love this highlighter. Yes, it's Natasha Nonna, so it is a little bit pricey, but truly every time I wear it I get so many compliments. It's just beautiful. It's so good. Okay, let's try out some lip products. I'm gonna start by trying out the new Alomar Cosmetics. What's the exact name of these? These are the Mother of Pearl lip glosses. I also have some Nabla lipsticks that I have not used on camera, and I have not even tried on that many shades in real life or worn them throughout the day, so I really wanted to try them. So we're gonna layer a couple lip products. Alrighty, let's see here. Here are the 4 glosses. I think it's really cute how she made the lids different colors. So it's kind of like an ombre effect the darker the lip gloss goes, which is really cute. Let's go from lightest to darkest. I'm gonna take the shade Luna, which is just this pretty kind of pearl gloss. And let's just apply this over bare lips. Oh, it smells delicious. This reminds me a lot of the Fenty Diamond Bomb. It's not as sparkly, but it has that same kind of vibe, which I love. And I really like how the applicator kind of tips back. Do you see that? So that it really just applies to the lips super easily. Okay, so that is Luna, so you can get a good look at it. Let's try the next one. This one is called Corazon, and it's a pretty gold shade. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, whoa, it kind of has a pink shift though. These are super comfortable as well. It feels more like a balm or an oil over a sticky gloss, which I really appreciate. Okay, so there's that shade. It actually comes across more pink than gold on the lips, which I think is really flattering. And I love how that looks with this eye look. Next up, we are going to try the pink one. I feel like I'm the most excited about this. This one is called Serenita. I hope I'm saying that right. Look at this. I can't wait. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this one, when you apply it, you can see the pink base, but the gold glitter is what really shines in this one. That's pretty too. That's pretty with the eye look. All of these I'm really liking. Super, super comfortable. Oh, I'm really into that one actually, like a lot. It matches the blush good. Ooh. Okay, last but not least, we have Tesoro. I really hope I'm not botching these. This is like a really pretty golden shade, like true gold. Ooh. This one's definitely the most like opaque out of all four. Like you can really see the base, but it's so wearable. That is beautiful once you blend it out. Oh my gosh. But that one like goes with the warm in the crease and my sweater. What? Okay, I really am liking all four of these. I don't know how I'm going to choose one for today, but I have to. Okay, let's go ahead and try out this. This is the Nabla, the matte lip collection. They sent me this like, gosh, probably a couple months ago at this point, a month ago maybe. Look at this though. There are so many gorgeous matte shades in here. There's 3 different formulas, Bounce Matte, Super Matte, and Soft Touch. We are going to just try to find a good nude lipstick in one of these formulas. Let's see if we can find a good one. All right, I found the 3 most nude colors. Let's swatch them and see which one we want to use. This one is called Backbeat. Right here, it's a little bit more of a cool toned purple, which I kind of am obsessed with. This is Chloe, which is a little bit more of like a classic pink. That might be really pretty. And then we have Lust, which is a little bit more of a warm toned, slightly deeper nude right here. I'm gonna try, I think, Chloe. I'm gonna try that pink shade. I just am really curious to see what it looks like. So we're gonna take this gloss off. All right, let's apply Chloe and we'll see how we feel about it with this look. Could be a little too pink, I don't know. Are we into that? Is it too cool toned? Maybe? Maybe just not deep enough? This is literally what I do every day at the end of my routine when I am trying to find a lipstick. Okay, this one is Backbeat. That's cool. Okay, so far we're gonna go with that one. Let's just try on the other one while we're at it. This one is called Lust. That one's pretty too. Dang. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with this one. I don't know what it is, but it's really just bringing out the color in the cheeks and the crease shade better than the other two, even though the other two are really pretty. So yeah, we're sticking with Lust, and this will be our base. And then we gotta come up with which gloss we wanna use. Let's see here. I feel like that's too bold. That could work with all the silver. These two are the ones I'm thinking though. One of these two. Let's go with Corazon because I really liked the gold and pink flip to it. So I'm just gonna add that right on top, focusing most of the product in the center of the lips, just to create a little bit more of a pout. We are stepping back and assessing the situation. I have been here way too long trying to do this look. We need to do a wear test. I love how it looks though, you guys. I have to be honest. I love how everything looks. That lip gloss is so comfortable. Oh my goodness, it is amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and brush up the brows a little bit, just make sure that everything looks how I want it to. So normally when I do foundation reviews, I don't set the makeup, and to be honest, I really like how smooth everything looks right now, even though I have the powders on, but I do want to add a little bit of something. So I am going to spray a tiny bit of my Photo Finish primer water, just a little bit, just to kind of smooth everything over. This isn't going to add to the longevity of the foundation, so I'm not going to do Urban Decay All Nighter on top of it just so that we can really see how it wears, but I do want to smooth everything out. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. This is one of the limited edition ones from last year. I'm just trying to go through it. You can just use the normal primer water if you are wanting to get the same effect. But I'm just gonna spritz this really lightly. I'm not gonna go, well, that's really lightly for me. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use my fan and then take my sponge to press that down into the skin super, super lightly. I have glitter all over the center of my face from something. Okay, we are just going to lock in the brows with my Benefit 24-hour brow setter. This stuff is my absolute favorite. Can't live without it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and set the brows with this. Okay, that took me forever. We are on our way now. We're gonna do a wear test. It is currently 1 p.m. I'm gonna wear this as long as possible. I am so far absolutely loving how that foundation looks, and even the concealer on top of it. It just looks really lightweight on the skin, even though I added quite a bit, but it looks smooth, but you can still see my skin. It's kind of like the best of both worlds. I am a little bit obsessed with it right now, and I'm praying that it wears all day. So I will see you guys in a little bit. Hello, it's time for the window check-in. I always like to do this in front of my window right after filming so you guys can see kind of how everything is looking. And to be honest, I am loving it all. I feel like my skin seriously looks so blurred and it feels really lightweight. I am noticing that it's settling into this fine line here just a little bit, but I really hope that this wears well throughout the day because it looks really nice on the skin. I also love the Alomar blushes. Look at those, they're so pretty, and the eyeshadows turned out really nice. So it's a good makeup day. I'm really hoping that things wear well so that we can have a successful first impressions. I love finding good new products, especially from brands that people don't really talk about. So this is how it looks right now, and I will see you guys again in a little bit. All right, you guys, I'm standing by my kitchen window, and honestly, in the camera, I am shocked at how good this foundation looks, and also the concealer. It's honestly been so long since I've used that concealer, and I forgot how beautiful it is. Well, actually, I don't remember it being this beautiful last time I used it. So far, so good. I just ate dinner, so my lipstick is completely gone. There's like little traces across the top part here, but I'm gonna have to reapply that. The eyeshadow is holding up pretty good. It's creasing a tiny bit in this inner corner, but I think that's from the Rowan Beauty eyeshadow. Again, it has kind of like a creamier formula, and so it tends to settle a little bit in my crease. But other than that, it looks really good. Did I tell you what time it was? It's 6:50, which means I've been wearing this for almost 6 hours, and honestly, I am not seeing any excess oil. I feel like the foundation looks really good. The smile line looks the exact same. I was worried that it was gonna really separate there, but it hasn't. I'm just overall really happy with how this looks. I can't wait to continue to wear it, and I will update you guys, and I will show you how it looks at the end of the night. I'm going to continue to wear it as long as possible, and I will see you guys later. All right, you guys, we are back. It is currently 9:54, so it's almost 10, which means that I have had this on for 9 hours now, and honestly, it has looked so good all day. There's just a little bit of something funny happening right now, and this didn't happen until like this hour, I feel like. On my chin, it's starting to separate really weirdly. It's not super obvious, but it's like obvious enough. I'm not really sure why it's happening. I wasn't really touching my chin or anything like that. So that's the only thing that I'm noticing that's a little off about this foundation. There's a little bit of separation happening around the nose as well, but that happens usually with all foundations. I didn't touch up once today, and I will definitely make sure to powder the T-zone so that we can see how it would look if we were to refresh it right now. The eyeshadow looks pretty much the exact same, if not the exact same as when we started. There might be a tiny bit of creasing right here. Honestly, it's not even noticeable, especially when my eyes are open. Everything else looks really good too. I reapplied the lipstick right before we went out, so I've been wearing this right here for about 2 hours now, and it wears off really nicely. The blush is still intact. Like, honestly, I'm really happy with so many of these products. Let's go ahead and take the Nabla powder. I just really want to see what this would do as a touch-up powder. So I'm going to grab the little brush. This is the Nabla Precision Powder Brush, and I'm going to take the shade Light. I'm just going to tap off the extra, and I'm just going to press down just on the face, and let's go on the nose as well. Yeah, the chin is so strange. I have no idea what's happening, and I thought maybe it was the primer, but I didn't apply primer to this side, so it's just really interesting, the texture that it created. Oh my, but when I powder it again, it disappeared. It's no longer there. What in the world? I'm also gonna press it onto the forehead again. This is a really beautiful powder. I don't know if it was the combination of everything I used today or just one product, but like, look at that. The comparison, it just airbrushes everything. It looks really light in the pan, but when you apply it to the skin, it's actually more of a like sheer powder. I can't believe the difference. Do you see it? I can see it in the monitor. just how airbrushed and smooth it makes the skin. I can't remember if I mentioned earlier in the video, but Nabla came out with a foundation as well, which this makes me so excited to try all the complexion products together because I'm absolutely loving. The powder and the concealer looked so good all day. I'm sincerely shocked. The foundation is beautiful as well. To be honest, I feel like I had a really good makeup day, and it would have been even better had I touched up like I normally do throughout the day. Seriously, that powder is beautiful. All right, let's do a little roundup about all the products. Like I said, I'm truly impressed by everything that we tried today. This Rowan Beauty Disco Eye eyeshadow is so fun. I think I'm gonna get so much use out of this because I love glitter toppers like this, where I can do any sort of eye look and then just kind of top it with something to make the look a little bit more special. So I'm so excited about this. It's a very unique eyeshadow formula. It's unlike any other eyeshadow I've tried. So this is gonna be sitting front and center. I'm so excited about that. Oh, these blushes, you guys. I honestly cannot. I want to apply more right now. Is that even allowed? I know this is supposed to be like a check-in, but we are just freshening up. This is honestly what I would do if I were to go out. After 9 hours of wearing the makeup, I would freshen up just like this. So I'm just adding more of that middle shade. It is so pretty. Honestly, I want to go on the website and purchase the medium one as well. I just feel like I'm gonna get so much use out of this. This is also staying front and center on my desk. The Smith & Colt Glitter Baby eyeshadows. I'm not like obsessed with them, but I also don't hate them. I feel like I was able to make that jade color look really pretty, but I feel like it's one of those things that's gonna take me a little bit to figure out. So I will keep you guys posted on this. I wanna try it just on the lid by itself and see what happens eventually. But as of now, I don't think it's a must have. If I figure it out and I end up absolutely loving these, I will definitely let you guys know and I will share with you how to make them work, but I don't know if those wowed me as much as the other products. This wasn't even supposed to be like a new product. I was just pulling them out because I was using some new Alomar Cosmetics products, but these two palettes, are you kidding me? The shades in here are so beautiful. I feel like I'm so happy that I reached for these again because honestly, after the move and everything, I don't know if I would have remembered to use these, and I'm so happy that I pulled them out again because this is making me so inspired and so excited for summer looks. The formula of these are so good. The Alomar Cosmetics glosses I thought were so beautiful. They definitely feel like more of a lip oil than a lip gloss. They're not sticky at all, but you still get a really nice pretty shine to it. If you're somebody who likes the glossy look but you hate the glossy feel, and maybe you like a little bit of shimmer but you don't want like glittery lips, these are amazing and the smell is really nice. I really love this one that I wore today in Corazon, and then I'm also so excited about this pink one, which I kind of want to apply right now. It's just so pretty. That's so pretty. Yeah, so I definitely like these two shades the most. I'm excited about these as well, but if I were to recommend two to try out, it would be these two. The concealer, you guys, I don't remember loving it as much as I am today, so I'm going to keep this right here and I'm gonna keep playing with them. And I'm also gonna continue to use this Smith & Colt foundation. I was honestly so impressed by this foundation today, so I'm definitely gonna keep wearing it. I wanna play around with different primers, and I also wanna kind of just wear it a few more times to really figure out the formula because I wore one full pump of foundation on both sides of my face. I'm wondering if I could get away with less and if it would look even better throughout the day than it did today. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I really had a lot of fun trying out products that not too many people have been talking about or that are new to the market. I'm so happy I found so many good new products and I can't wait to keep playing with these. I really liked my makeup look today and I was thoroughly impressed by everything we tried. So yeah, that's it. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Allie and I would love to have you join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button, and if you're already a subscriber but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays when I no. Oh, Thailand, help me. And if you're already a subscriber but you want oh dear. And if you're already a subscriber but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays when I upload my videos, just click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll be notified every single time I post. I love you all so much and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.